teach me that. Spring forward,
Fall back.
Yeah. Because every Sunday that I leave the club, or 4 I used to go to church. Monday or something I was doing opposite.
Yes.
I didn't look at my phone. I was just going to church. I'm waiting that somebody is coming.
I was just gonna say, either one is bad because if you go there too early, it's an hour.
Either way, yeah. So it was always like that. Until he told me, fall back where spring forward.
Yep.
And that took like a advice. So I needed that kindergarten way of telling me how to club move.
You see how we learned? Yes, that's to simplify.
Yes, that's what I go through. And I took it like my duty before one of my tournaments. So so remember, we're springing forward today. Move your club. Remember, we're falling back. Because he was always falling like he was bad. He'd come and be like, "What are you doing?" What happens in church? So now he gets the time. And that I learned it very simple.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you look at the clock. Even if you haven't changed it, you can know it's spring, so it's an hour forward.
I told you to me, yeah, and I already mentioned
just like that, all of a sudden you got it.
See, I got it just like that. You know, sometimes the simplest things is the most important thing.
Very true. Very true. You can't fold.
You know when you take the flat box, you have to put it back.
Yes, you have to shape it up.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Put it back in shape and put this in, put that in, put that in, put that in, or something like that. Or we put it, and when I'm trying to put one top one in, the other one is coming out. That's one of my biggest challenge.
I know, we all have them, sister. And some people can do them in the blink of an eye. Yes.
To fold that flat, when you're going to go and buy the flat boxes to fold them.
Yeah.
One of my biggest challenge. So, and you will say for a mathematician, that time the three.
Our countdown has begun.
Our countdown started. Oh yeah. Sorry guys.
I didn't see you dancing, so we didn't know.
Sorry about that. I was
so, which means our chit chat is already ongoing
on YouTube.
That's okay.
Okay, it's already good. All right, sorry guys for those on the YouTube. Sorry about that. Okay, for those on the YouTube, sorry that you heard us chit-chatting in the back room. Sorry about that. I lost track of time. I was getting so excited. I forget that my brother, King Dr. Derek, is on time. Time is one of my challenge sometimes. No, even though I'm intentionally making it on point. I have another sister. Oh my goodness. Don't have an appointment with her. She will be there on time. She knows.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
So we are sorry that we have been chit-chatting, but chit-chat is good. Laughter is good. So welcome to our first Sunday of the month. This is a new month. We are marching forward. We're marching forward to grace. Our sister challenged us last week, and I've been able to do like 2 out of 5 every day. I've not done my intended exercise yet. So please, if you made that challenge, raise your hand and let's give you an applause. I try to do the declaration. I try to read, spend time to read the word, but I have not really done that 10 minutes of really doing some. And there was an easy option. Just put a gospel music. You are doing both things at the time and dance to it. I haven't done it. So I'm going to tell you my truth. But you know, I'm not giving up. So do not give up. If you did not make the challenge, she's going to post it again today. Please join us in this challenge this month. Let's take this March of month, this month of March. Let's even zero it and start today, first of the month, right? And start back. Sister Lerato, if you can
recalibrate.
Let's start today and take this mandate of March that we're marching forward in every aspect of our life and restart our 30 days. So from 1st of March to the 31st of March, please do those 5 things. She's going to drop it again in the chat of Sister Kanla. If you can drop the PDF of the chat, please.
Yes,
that would be great. Let's all come together, work together, be accountable to each other. The first day I got up, right, on last Monday, I was like on fire. point one done, point two done. I'm like, I was going to show up in the group, but I know it. I did not do that at that point, and I sat quiet. Let's try and recalibrate starting today. You see, half time, or you can still start tomorrow and make it a mandate. We can start tomorrow and have our 30 days. So let's take today to recalibrate. Thank you all for agreeing to join the challenge. I think it's a good one. Just spend a little quiet time with our creator is nothing bad, you know. There's a lot of distraction and noise, and we have been, as the years are going, we're more running in noise and we're more feeling distance from our creator. So our sister brought a good challenge. Let's do that. But without wasting time, let's start and reset ourselves today with our signatures. Tune.
Amen.
In it to win it. I've told people we're going to continue playing it because it still makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense in every aspect of your life. If you want to do anything in your life, even just to get up and do that challenge, you should go in to win. And I'm trying to get that mindset for myself. They always say that if you're not of sin, cast the first stone. So I'm not going to pretend. I am still struggling, and I'm going to intentionally try to be part of that challenge. It's a good one.
Amen.
So let's share our signature tune. Okay, I know you did not come to hear me gab, but sorry, some days are like that for me. I just find myself gabbing. So please bear with me.
Hi, Dr. John here for the Evolution of Banking Part 2 on Dream Team, March 1st at 12:45 p.m.
That's not what I wanted to play. Sorry, forgive me. But I think I downloaded this and it came in my stuff. I had everything planned, prepared, you know, and then I thought it was still the one open. I didn't realize it was a nice video that our brother Dr. Derek did for the flyer that none of us could upload. Now I have to find out where my music was. It was all lined up properly. But you know, it's all good. All fun. We'll find it. Oh my goodness. I was shocked when I heard that playing now. I thought, I opened that already. I already had it open.
Let's stay positive.
Positive, Queen Nadu. Welcome, my queen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think when I opened the other, thinking that I was downloading the flyer, I overwrote my file that I had set out already ready to go. It's all right. We're going to find it.
Okay.
If I could sing, I would have just done an call it a cappella or
You could still do that. You could still
Lord,
do that.
I don't want everybody to say, what is this? Let's get out of the meeting, you know. All right, let me share. Let's do a take two. There's always a take two. Thank God for His grace.
Amen.
All right, let's do a take two here. Oh no, this is the old one. Sorry, guys. What is wrong with me today? Jesus. All right.
The new month has you excited. Yeah.
The new month had me excited. Like I had it
Yes.
open, everything was set. Now I
Yeah.
can't even find it. Do we all just want to sing?
No.
No? Come on now. Brave. Let's wing it.
This is not American Idol.
We don't want to make American have talent. Hey, people
No.
have talent. Why not?
No. Singing is not one of my things.
We need to be prepared for that.
You know, I'm one of the ones that do joyful noise unto the Lord. And
Yes.
people will be like, stop singing. I said, no, God says, bring everything. Praise me with everything you've got. With your tambourine, with everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't even find my song.
It's the voice He gave you. Yes. Praise Him with that.
Praise Him with a voice, praise Him. Every
Exactly.
soul, praise Him. Oh boy, now I can't find it. Queen Carla, do you have it?
Oh, I was not trying to pull it out. Instead, I'm trying to post the challenge, copying it and putting it
Okay,
here.
okay. Sorry,
just
I had it prepared, everything, one man plan, something else happened. I didn't realize that Dr. John's flyer was a music. It just, when you open something, you open the next one.
go. Okay. The faster way is go to me and you chat. Remember,
Yeah.
we exchange it. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
put it
that's
up
what I'll
that
do
way.
now. I had it all set up. Anyway, let's for the people in the Northeast, how you people handling the cold?
I have -8 Celsius. So
We
that's
have
cold.
some
Ooh.
snowflakes now.
It's very
People
warm.
live in -8.
It's very cold.
Wow.
Dr. Derek is always teasing me about that, but hey, I've lived here forever and
the
ever.
good thing is that Dr. Derek is not in Florida anymore, so
Yeah, he's not, right?
he cannot tease us about Florida weather anymore.
Okay.
That's let me open it. It's opening, it's taking its time. That's the problem. I had it all downloaded. There's a problem when you try to go and do it now in Zoom.
Sister Carla, is there a link or?
I have the PDF. This is the for those who may not be able to open the PDF. So I'm putting the document form as well.
All right, thanks.
Because not everyone. I just figured not everyone will be.
Not everyone has it. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Good afternoon. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Yeah, I'm doing good. And you?
I'm good. Cold, but good. Thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Praise the Lord.
Awesome. That's good.
Okay.
I'm not sharing.
Not yet.
We can hear it, but
boy,
we can hear it.
share. What's happening with you today? Okay, let me share it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. There we go. There we go.
What did people mess up today? They will thank God.
the closing doors, please.
We are in it to win it. You know, I'm going to use this declaration. I am the unicorn. The unicorn. You know what the unicorn means, like. So why can't I be? That's why we should do declaration, speak into it. I'm going to speak into it. I just want to apologize for the late start. Sorry about that. I set everything up, but sometimes things happen. I know we're not here to listen to my noise. We're here to learn some finances and to get our mind all ready for the week, especially now that we're all going to all recalibrate for that challenge and take it on. And as I said, we're blessed on this platform to have multiple people that can feed our mind, so we can use that for the rest of the week and be intentional in what we're going to do. I try every day. I get out and say, oh, let me try to use what I've learned. It is a struggle, but I can say that I'm growing and I'm getting better at it every day. And that is the important things, the little steps. But without wasting time, I'm going to pass it over to the moderator of today. We want to shout out and say, Dr. Benny, get well soon. We hope you get recovery. And for Sister Ring, please pray and send our love to the family member that you're going to visit that's moving to hospice today. We just pray that the Almighty God will comfort them and be with them at this time of difficult time. Without wasting time, I'm going to pass it over to Queen Kanda today. Over to you, Queen Kanda.
Oh, thank you so much, Queen Dr. Pat. And also, I want to add my voice to all our members that are sick at home and at hospital. We continue to pray for everybody. So thank you for that. Welcome again, Dream Team family. Happy Sunday to you, whether it's morning, it's afternoon, or it's evening for you already. You are heartily and joyfully welcome. Today is going to be another Sunday where we are going to be graced with valuable information from none other than our King, Dr. John Ajongwen. But before we get that, hey, all right, maybe we could do a little bit of whether you want to do your exercise, your meditation. I know we were supposed to give feedback from our challenge last week. All right. We heard from Dr. Pat. Before we get to the meditation, is there anyone on the chat that is willing to share anything before we move on? If so, I'll give a few seconds before we get to our mindset. I know that Dr. Pat talked on her behalf. But is there anyone? Anything, Queen Yvonne, yet?
No, I just see what you've posted, sister. That's the last thing I see there.
Okay. All right then. So, let me not take much of our time, since we are going to come back to it again, as we are suggesting that we will try to start it again, and also our Queen Lerato can come in and say a word or two, and then we all do our pledge and we start all over again. So, all right, we leave the conversation when we get to that webinar item. So without much further ado, I would like to hand it over to none other than our Queen Yvonne, who is going to do the word for us today. Queen Sister, take it away.
Thank you, sister. And greetings again to everyone on this lovely Sunday. We want to thank God that we found ourselves on his wake-up list today, as well as the new mercies he has in store for us in this new month. We give him thanks and praise always. So today, I want us to explore something that I saw that's trending, as they like to say, on social media. And I've called it, it's the dream doesn't give you life. You give life to the dream. Because there's a story that's going around lamenting what they're calling retirement. So I recently read just one of them. It's something that stayed with me. It's a 38-year-old man, and he was describing his parents. And he said that they're retired, they're still together, They are financially secure, their mortgage is paid up, and they're in good health. By every external metrics or measure, they have made it. And yet he described them as polite roommates, living in a beautiful, well-appointed house, moving around each other carefully, often in separate rooms, each one absorbed in their own screen, speaking mostly just to share something that they've read or watched online. There's no hostility, there's not a crisis, just a quiet distance. And the question that lingered for me wasn't, is this what retirement does or looks like? It was deeper than that. It's what happens when a dream has been achieved, but no new life is poured into it. For decades, the dream carried them, this couple. They raised the children, they built a career, they paid a mortgage, they were responsible, disciplined, and they were very steady. So the dream structured their days. It required coordination and sacrifice and shared effort. It kept them moving together. But when that structure ended, what replaced it? So here's the thought that's been working on me. The dream doesn't give you life. You give life to the dream. But we tend to believe the opposite. We think and say things like, when I reach it, I'll feel alive, or when I retire, I'll finally live, or when the pressure is off, the joy will just appear. But arrival is neutral. A paid-off house is neutral. A stable marriage is neutral. Retirement is neutral. They are containers, placeholders. And containers don't animate themselves. We do, humans do. Drift doesn't only happen in retirement, though. It happens when you've achieved that promotion, after the milestones, after the children leave home, after long seasons of striving. The urgency seems to soften and the structure disappears. And if we're not intentional or careful, our participation can quietly fade with it. It's not because we're lazy, not because we have failed, but because we assumed the dream would keep generating meaning for us. And it never had that power. Not for many of us. Now for many of us, especially those who are spiritually minded, there's another layer here as well. We believe we are meant to serve. We trust the Creator that He has a plan for us, plan to serve Him and plan to serve each other. We believe we're here not only to achieve, but to contribute, to love, to guide, to encourage, to steward what we've earned and what we've learned. If that is true, then purpose doesn't retire. It matures. Careers may end. Deadlines may disappear, but usefulness does not expire. The danger isn't aging. It's quietly believing our season of influence has passed. Because when we stop offering ourselves in whatever measure we are able, something inside us begins to thin. Not because we need the busyness, but because we are designed for participation. Purpose is not something we complete. It's something we inhabit. In the early years, it might look like building. Later, it might look like mentoring. Earlier, it might look like striving. Later, it might look like steady presence. But at every stage, we still give life. And that brings me back to the beginning. Maybe the cautionary tale isn't about retirement at all. Nothing wrong with retirement. Maybe it's about remembering that a dream is a scaffolding. It's not oxygen. It doesn't breathe life. We give life. The house won't create connection. Time won't create meaning. Comfort doesn't create vitality. We must choose to animate what we've been given. We must initiate conversations, shared projects, curiosity, service, engagement. We talk about lifelong learning all the time. We must continue to pour ourselves into the life that we've built. So perhaps the better question is not, what am I chasing, but this: where am I holding or withholding my own life? Because the dream does not give you life. You give life to the dream. And if you're here, breathing, aware, capable in any measure, then you are not finished. You are still entrusted with influence, and that is still in your hands. We don't retire from purpose. We simply change how we express it. So perhaps what needs renewing isn't our schedule, but our orientation. If the purpose is to serve, and it is, retirement is never a cessation of service, but rather a change in the manner of that service, moving from strenuous labor, paid labor, to mentoring, volunteering, and spiritual focus. Because in Galatians 6:9, it instructs us not to be weary in doing good. So to be grateful on God's wake-up list. Every morning we wake up is a gift from God, showing us that we are still a part of his plan. It's easy to overlook the simple things like breathing or our hearts beating, but these are signs of God's grace. Being on God's wake-up list today means he's given us another chance to live with purpose, to feel his love and to share that love with others. So let's start each day thankful, knowing that just being alive is a blessing and an opportunity to grow closer to him, to do what he's called us to do, to worship him, to serve each other. And Bible verse says, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And thank you for listening, everyone. That's it.
All right. I think my ears are still waiting for more. Queen Yvonne. I was still tuned in, closer to my screen, waiting and listening.
You know I'm a short one, right?
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Please, everyone, join me in giving our Queen Yvonne a loud round of applause. That was awesome. That
Thank you.
was really profound, Queen
Thank you,
Yvonne.
sister. Thank you.
Queen Dr. Pat, where are you?
Don't get me too excited. Short and sweet. You know, I already
Yes.
I messed at the beginning today, so I'm trying to be quiet.
Well, with this one would be difficult to totally stay quiet. That's why I said let me call you first. At least a word before we move
I've
on.
decided intentionally to be quiet because I messed up. Anyway, you see, she don't do, I like the way she comes in and be sweet and easy and short.
Yes.
But again, there are little things, lot of things I would take for granted.
Yes.
And we pray and it doesn't work, and why it doesn't work, because we pray and we don't speak life into what our prayers are. It is said,
Yes.
life, what is life? Actions. We don't take actions. Right? Yes, God is a miracle working God. He blesses the work of your hands, right? And then we take things for granted until we start buying oxygen to breathe. We take things for granted. So as I said, I try to be quiet now because I messed up in the beginning. But you know, when I get excited, I can get excited. And as you said, I was still gluing, but you know, when everyone comes in, hit it hard,
Yes.
sharp. She's a sharpshooter. So still gluing and waiting. But thank you, Queen Yvonne. Thank you, Queen Lerato. Thank you, all of you that do the mindset. It is, if we don't learn and take this thing and try to be applying it gradually.
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying that if we don't purposely live with our Creator, right?
Mhm.
Because we are sinners. God says, if you're not a sinner, cast the first stone. We're all sinners.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody is perfect.
Yes, we are.
But when you start making that intention to live close to Him and try to make Him closer to you, you catch yourselves.
Yes.
Yes.
You catch yourself when you try to judge. You know,
Yeah.
you catch yourself.
Yes.
I realized I started catching myself because you
Mhm.
know, like I gave an example. If you are not a mother, you see somebody's child, you'll be criticizing. Then you
Yes.
become a mother and you're like, oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes.
So now
Yes.
you catch yourself and say, don't throw the first stone. Don't.
Mhm.
You don't know what to do.
Don't.
Don't take things for
Exactly.
granted.
Yes.
Don't be there because God bless you with what, lack of a better word, a successive kid. You are throwing casting stone on others. Don't do that. Don't minimize the job of people doing. You don't know their situation. Don't do that. If you go to a restaurant, a waiter is there. If he doesn't clean the table, you don't have a clean table to sit. If they don't pick the garbage on the road will be smelling.
Mhm.
So let's appreciate each other and appreciate the little things. Even the oxygen we breathe, Even
Amen.
the fact that we get up this morning, when you went to
Yes,
bed and lie down and you don't even know what happened for 5 hours, 6 hours, depending how long you sleep,
sure.
and you just get up and you think it's a right. And not
Yes,
everybody got up today. It's not.
not.
So
And
thank you,
that,
Pinevon.
thank you.
And
And
I said, Carla, I was trying to be quiet today. You keep chatting.
Yes, we needed to hear you. Yes, Queen Yvonne, you wanted to respond
I
to
wanted
that.
to just say that is why I saw this little phrase about being on God's wake-up list. And I think that so says it right, because not everybody is, clearly. Some people are not on it. They're gone just this very morning. So it's a privilege for us. And then he must have a plan for that, because God is not a wasteful God, right? Everything he does is strategic, and it's order, not chaos. So if we get up this morning, we have a purpose, no matter if we're 900, right? I'm exaggerating, you know that. But no matter what age we are, if we're alive, there's a purpose for that, or else we would not be. It's simple as that. Simple
Yes.
as. So, yeah. So God's wake-up list. There's actually some kind of a clothing coming out now that's calling, you know how they wear these things, and they I'm smiling because I'm on God's wake-up list. That's what one of the t-shirts said. I think that's very great.
Oh, I mean,
And Queen
that
Yvonne,
is profound.
it could just be to give you a second chance to
Exactly.
realize your purpose on earth, right?
Exactly.
Because some of us don't know, and we've never seek it.
Ex-
I'm not saying that I have. I'm still looking.
Yeah.
And God could just say, look, I am giving you a chance to live your
To-
purpose, because I sent you on a
Absolutely.
mission.
Absolutely,
And
sister.
fulfill the mission. And
Yes.
if we're stubborn, you can let it happen. That will go without fulfilling it. So
Because
let's not take it for granted.
we
Yes.
pray and we say God is the God of second chances, you know, so that is true. If we miss it, miss the mark, as they say,
Yes.
he can find it so that one person says one thing, like how they say one person will hear this sermon and it doesn't do anything, and somebody will hear it and be moved to change their entire life. This is how God works. He's mysterious. So yes, second chances, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Queen Pat. Wow, our king in the house. Alan G, please, over to you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
My theory is that you create your own happiness. Happiness you don't get from buying things or doing things. You create your own happiness. Happiness is from within.
Yes.
And
yes.
So the thing is that everything works on vibration, energy and vibration, and anything is done through that. There's a law of attraction. You got to. It's like having two different radio stations. You're asking is one frequency, and you're receiving is another frequency.
Right.
And so you've got to try and tune into your receiving mode to be able to receive what you've asked for.
Amen.
This is where the problem comes in. You don't tune in. You only keep asking. It's like listening to, as I program, it's like listening to 93.5 on AM, and you're trying to find listen to something on 104 FM. So it's different frequencies completely. So you've got to try and you're asking on the 98, but you've got to receive on the 104. But you've got to tune yourself into the frequency with
absolutely
without resistance.
Yes.
So I want this, but whatever the but is, it stops whatever you're asking for.
Thank you very much. So.
Wow.
Okay.
You're loving that, aren't you, Queen Carla?
Yes, I am. Oh, when our king in the house contributes to the mindset, that is just brilliantly said, and I will not try to add anything to that.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Any Queen Lerato, or do we have? I see you. Do you have anything to say?
Of course, I have something to say. I was sitting here, like you said, right? I was expecting my sister to say more because I was like just glued. I was like, this is good. This is good. So I was expecting to hear more, but there's so many points that she hit, right?
Yes.
It was a little bit too fast for me. I wish I could get the summary of what she. Yeah, it was, but I took out key points. You know that it's not something that you listen to and you just leave. You have to really meditate on what Sister Yvonne said in different forms and directions. You really have to sit in the word and let it manifest in you, because there's so much meat in what she said.
There is.
Yeah. And you know, the whole idea that the dream doesn't give you life. Just that statement, it doesn't give you life, it doesn't give you expression. You give expression to the dream and life to it, right?
Yes.
I remember when I was watching, there was the one time they were interviewing Will Smith, because he said a lot of actors or people who are into entertainment, they chase to a pinnacle. And then when you get to a certain point, you realize that there's nothing else to chase. And then you start self-destructing, because you realize if there was no substance in what you were chasing, it was that dream. Okay, I want to be famous. I want to be famous. You get there, you realize this is so empty because there's no
That
substance.
fulfillment. Yep.
Yeah, that fulfillment, because you know there has to be, everything happens inside of yourself, and we live from inside outside. Outside doesn't give us anything that we don't have inside, right?
Yes.
And it says that if the success doesn't begin with you from the outside and you are expression of success, then whatever that you achieve from the outside will not give you the fulfillment that you want. You will always be chasing for the next hit and for more. And then that's what he said. There's a lot of them self-destruct. A lot of them throw themselves in drugs because you are so invested in it, and when you get there, it's like a smoke. It's like a mirage. It's like smokes and mirrors, and then you realize, oh my God, what was that I was chasing? And you waste so much time thinking that these things are supposed to add happiness. And this is what my beautiful brother Alan G said. It's like happiness is something that you have to live from the inside. It's something that happens in you. You have to be attuned to that frequency of happiness, and it has to be something that you live from the inside out. It's not something that comes and edifies. So this statement alone, the dream doesn't give you life. You give life to the dream. So you have to become everything that gives life to everything around you, to your dream, to everything about you, right? And yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm pondering on it. I'm like, yeah, you cannot. There's a simple statement that says we don't manifest what we want, we manifest who we are. So everything that we live, everything that we express, it has to be something that we are in order to live it and bring it outside. So, and this agrees with that. If we are joyful already, if we are joyful, if we are celebrating life, then everything else around us will just reap the benefits of that. So our life will be that. We don't have to force ourselves to be that. Do you understand what I mean? Like she said, with a couple that is just around the house, I mean, they chase their dream and everything, and now there's distance and blah, 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 blah. It's something that they achieved outside. It's not something that they built from the inside in. Like they didn't build the joy from the inside and living it out. They didn't build that communication or the joy or the peace or it was not built already in it. They were building everything from the outside, and then the inside was left. So of course they're going to be strange because the inside was left alone. So of course everything else is going to be empty. Everything else is going to be like now forced work. You're forcing yourself to acknowledge somebody else because there's nothing else, right? So I don't know, sis, I need you to share this with me because I'm sitting here. It's something that I really want to meditate on for the whole coming week, because I think deep and I'm like, it was so many nuggets that you shared with us. And when you said that your purpose doesn't expire, because when you are when you're living in your purpose, it cannot expire because you're living it from the inside out. It's your form of expression, so it can never be expired. It doesn't matter what age you get to. Age doesn't determine if you're still dreaming or if you're still, fulfilling your purpose. It doesn't. When you said, I'm holding, what am I holding or withholding my life with? Like you said so many things. Those points alone we can sit here for so long discussing all the points, because I'm like, wow, there's a lot of nuggets that I would really like to ponder on because it was so profound. Thank you so much, Sister Yvonne. But yeah, so I think from this, what I'm taking from this is that, guys, we have to live from the inside out. There's nothing that we're chasing. There's nothing that we're looking from the outside that is not, we cannot, if we're not living it from the inside and you're cultivating it from the outside, nothing is going to come from the outside and make you who you are.
Yes, those external validations, they don't count.
They don't count, sis. They don't count. You have to be the joy that you're seeking for. You have to be the happiness. You have to be the fulfillment. Everything will live from the inside out.
Absolutely.
You understand? So that's what I'm taking from this. And
that's what I meant.
That's
Thank you, sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
You see, that is, I mean, I knew that you had more to say than you were quiet. And thank you for summing that up beautifully. I mean, the only thing I can add is all of that, to me, one word: your life's purpose.
Yeah. What it's about that, sister, always.
What is your life's purpose? And your life comes from who? God. You were born for a purpose. God breathed air into you, all of us. Yeah. You are here on earth. You have a purpose.
Yes.
And God requires your will to be able to manifest
that purpose in you.
That purpose into reality, into fulfillment.
Exactly.
When you are not there to walk with God so that it manifests itself, like Queen Lerato, Dr. Pat, and King Allen, everyone has said, then you begin to chase all those external, superficial things. And I mean, God cannot stop you from achieving them.
No,
It's that is what is our human power, intelligence, everything. We are doing it.
Yes.
But then you miss out on the spiritual, you miss out on the mental, you miss out on the inner, which is beholden to God. And then that is why when you think you've arrived, then you find that emptiness, like Queen Lerato has said. So until we are able to recognize, have the discernment, and know that these two go together. You cannot have one and not have the other.
Absolutely. Yes.
If you have one and one is missing, then you have to make sure that you find a balance between the two for you to have a fulfilled life, for you to have that purpose. And that is why, I mean, I love the statement you said, we don't retire from our purpose, because the only day we retire from our purpose, that is the day God calls us.
That's home.
And on that day when he calls you, it means your purpose on this earth is ended.
Exactly. Exactly, sister.
As Sister Lerato was talking, I was just thinking of one of my my spiritual director, late Christian Cardinal Toomey. I learned from him. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
He had a prayer. If everything I always learned is that God, keep me for as long as I live to serve your will.
That's a very nice prayer, isn't it? Simple and straightforward.
Simple.
Yes.
As long as I live, or you can put it, as long as I live and I am still useful to you.
Yes. Very nice.
And which means the day I am no longer useful to you, it means my purpose on earth has come to an end. Then I am ready. Call me, let me come home to you.
Amen. Amen. That's a beautiful prayer, sister. I will adopt it. Yes.
That is what I wanted to add.
Thank you.
Brother Allen, I saw your hand was raised again. Maybe you had something else to add before we move on.
Just something that my belief is that there is no God sitting on the cloud. God is just within you. There's no God sitting up on a cloud and the old man in the grey beard sitting up on the cloud. God is within you, and there's no God is with you, in you, and you create your own life experience by what you practice and what you believe.
Yes.
Your thoughts are things. What you speak about and what you think about and speak about, you bring about, because it's all energy and vibration. When you point your vibration, you attract. Whatever you're thinking about, your energy, it's all to do with energy and vibration. And whatever you're thinking, your energy flows where you're thinking. And that's what you attract. If you're thinking The hypochondriac arms, they always think you've got a pain or this is sore and this is wrong and that is wrong. And that's what he develops. So it does work. So what you think about, you bring about. What you speak about, you bring about. It's all vibration.
Yes.
So there's no God sitting on a cloud up there saying, do this and do that. And also we have free will, so we can decide what we want to do.
Yes.
It's our choice.
Yes.
Thank you, brother. Yep.
Thank you, Brother Allen.
I might upset some people, but that's my belief. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Allen. All right. I think if we do not have any more contributions, then we can move on to the next webinar agenda item, which is introducing our guest presenter for the day. Please join me. Let us welcome our king, DrJohn Ajongwen, with our series 2 of, can someone remind me? The evolution of banking.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, yes. Part 1 was so informative. Part 1 was so informational, so profound that we asked our King, Dr. John, to come back and grace us with another session. And so he is back with us today. I will not try to tell you that I know which direction is going to go, but I hope every one of us here, 20, we are ready. Please take out your pen and your paper or your pencils. There's going to be a lot of nuggets for us. And if you miss series 1 or if you have follow-up questions from series 1, this will be an opportunity for you to come up with your questions when we get to the end of the presentation. So at this time, please join me in welcoming Dr. John Ajongwen. Over to you.
Wow, good afternoon, good evening. I was just sitting here listening for the last 30 minutes, and I almost thought I should have jumped out, go get one of those T-shirts which says, God woke me up today. Queen Yvonne, I don't think I can summarize it and make it as profound as you did. And even what Queen Lerato and all the other contributors brought onto this topic, all I can say is amen to that.
Thank you, Dr. John. Thank you so much.
We're really blessed on this platform to have people who inspire us, who uplift us, and who actually give us the opportunity to be able to think of what it is that we actually have on this earth as our purpose. So last week, we're just having a discussion about the evolution of banking. And what just inspired me to start thinking about those that topic was really that our kids hate our banks. And because one, they have to physically go in there and it's a waste of time. They go there, they have to meet all these old people who just give them stupid answers. They go there, the banking hours are not the right ones. They want to go there like on a Sunday at 9 p.m. and the dumb banks don't have somebody open there. So I just wanted to say, for those of us who have grown up, I don't know what a bank, when somebody says a bank to them in a couple of years, is probably going to be like talking to them today about a typewriter. So the unfortunate, or not unfortunate, the frightening thing is that many of us, we're scared of where things are moving. But the reality is, it's about time we start jumping into it because it's moving anyway. So last week, we just talked about the evolution of banking. And I'm going to just quickly start by talking about, just recapping some of those things that we mentioned very briefly. But then I'm going to talk about one other word here, which I think we need to start adding into our vocab if it's not there yet, the neobank. Not the new bank, but neobank. So as we know, we talked last week how banking has changed over time. And if we just quickly revisit some of the basic things that we talked about last week, one of them was the fact that, when we talk about our banks, we think of somewhere to keep our money very safe. And we know that banks have traditionally been the instruments or the vehicles through which money moves. And your banks are there primarily to lend money after you've saved it, as well as provide other financial services. And when we look at how those banks had evolved over time, they started off with physical branches. And we used to hear about the bank ledger, which was really a physical ledger that they handwrote everything nicely. It was kept safe. I mentioned about the limited hours, but the beauty of our local bank was that you actually had a relationship manager. People knew their bank managers, and they could actually go meet them, and they understood they knew about your children, they knew about what you did, your loans that you've taken, and you can actually go and they'll ask you about your family. And then as things evolved, the banks moved into what we call the banking 2.0. We started having ATMs or the cash points or wherever you call them. And it started making our kids think that, money just came from those holes in the wall and that you didn't even need to put it in there. We started having the online banking. A lot of the paper stuff got replaced by electronic, and we started having electronic payments. But in the main, we still had the branches there. You go to the bank, they provided all this digital or the online access to make things easier for us, but you could still go, and really now you can still go and talk to your bank managers. You can go talk to the tellers and find out, specific information. Now, when we look at most of our children nowadays, they actually don't even have a bank, a physical bank. They may have a bank by name, but everything now is done on their phone. We know that all payments go directly to our bank accounts. We have mobile payments, and a lot of banks nowadays, if you go down, you realize that most of our banks have closed, and you probably have to drive miles to go and look for a local branch because there are fewer and fewer branches. And when we talked about that last week, we did talk about the advantages, the disadvantages of each of these. And so one of the things that I mentioned is that the evolution continues. And so today, I would sort of put it that it's almost like banking 4.0. And this is where we start talking about things like the neobank, or you hear them called fintech banks or challenger banks or digital-only banks. Basically, these banks, they are, as you see it there, they are digital-only branches or financial institutions. And everything that they offer, you can get it done either through an app, through a website, or very occasionally, I mean, you can have like a chatbot that you would chat with and resolve most of your problems. But occasionally you could actually get to a customer service representative who is somewhere in the world. These actually offer very low fees. They offer the same services that we'll get from our banks. And what they do is that because they have eliminated a lot of the overheads and they're literally running online, they can provide us with higher interest, better tools, and in some cases, they provide better customer user experience. We have quite a few of them. Maybe you've heard about the SoFi Bank. It operates almost exclusively online. And then Monzo is primarily, I think it's in Europe. And you can see there are others like Chime and Revolut and a few others that are coming up. As I said, these banks, they also have other names by which they are known as fintech banks or financial technology banks or digital-only banks. What tends to happen with most of these banks is that they have emerged because of we're now in a society where people want something done like now, and nobody wants to go to a physical banking location. As I said, many of the Gen Zers and the millennials, they would almost inevitably go looking for an online bank rather than go to your old credit union or your old community bank. Why? They can do everything on their smartphones. And in most cases, they end up with less fees. I remember my daughters have been complaining and they curse our banks because when with the banks, you have a limited number of transactions that you can do between accounts. And when you go past those number of transactions, they start charging them like $15 per transaction. Because they hate all those type of fees, they would rather go look for one of these banks where, yes, some of the online banks that we have at the moment still have restrictions, but most of the neobanks that are coming out are beginning to give them like limitless transactions without the high fees, or they can give them with minimal fees. So just to look at it again, our traditional banks, they typically have branches, they use legacy IT systems, and they're mostly fully licensed. But when we start looking at the neobank, because it has no brick and mortar, most of them they actually exist on the blockchain or on the internet. And so the bank is basically a cloud-based contraption with a mobile device that connects it. And in some cases, instead of being fully licensed, some of them may have limited licenses in some areas of the world, or they would tend to partner with other banks. When it comes to, again, I talked about this, our traditional banks tend to have some complex systems and slower onboarding, but you can literally go on your phone, you can download an app and literally sign up to join the bank. And sometimes some of these banks don't even need a lot of information for you to prove who you are, which could be bad and which could be good and also bad. Then I did talk about the idea that cost has been the primary driver why these banks have come up, because with the traditional banks, think about just the cost of the real estate, the cost of the staff, the cost of the IT that they're using, versus with the neobanks, which basically end up not costing a lot, and as a result, they can go ahead and give lower fees to the customer. So when we look at it from the advantages of a neobank, we'll see that some of them operate with fees of point something cents rather than dollars here. And you can literally go into your account and see your information almost like in real time. Plus, most of these banks have no boundaries. You don't have to be based in the United States to go and use that bank there. You literally move around the world as long as you have access to your internet. You have access to your bank. Yes, you can also do online banking, but sometimes some of those banks may restrict you based on your IP address, but that's not typically the case with the neobanks. Well, that said, like anything new, it always comes with its own what I call problems or concerns. Most of our banks actually come with a lot of products that maybe the neobank would not necessarily offer. If you're one of those people that actually has a personal issue that you need to go and resolve with a bank or to go find out some information from there, you will not be able to do it with your neobank. And because they basically are using either chatbots or a customer service based in some part of the world, the degree of support that you get from the bank is very, very, very variable. Plus, unlike a lot of these banks that you can actually say, okay, Bank of America, I know who they are, or you say Chase Bank, you know who they are, and somebody can actually go out there and do a research on them to see how financially stable that bank is. That is not the same case with the neobanks. So when you have some of these concerns, that's why people still tend to want to look at the traditional banks, because they offer the trust and the history. They offer full services, so you can literally come into a bank. You have a checking account. Somebody will be able to advise you on whether you want to have a savings account, a CD, or they may think about you want to look at a mortgage, you want to look at a credit card, or maybe you're looking at some investment banking, and the banks will be able to actually direct you to one part or the other. When it comes to most of the neobanks, you're literally on your own, and you have to rely on the internet to research the type of services that they provide. And obviously, you don't really carry a lot of history with you that somebody can say you have been a trusted customer for the last 15 years and the bank deals with you in that particular manner. So when you look at it from that point of view, many people would prefer the traditional banks. And what typically happens is that some of these neobanks, when they are actually big ones, you may actually have a situation where some of the deposits would actually have a certain degree of insurance. But literally, you can say that it all depends on which neobank you're dealing with. So when you're looking at this type of banks, where they tend to have this insurance is if they are in the background partnering with others. And because these banks are not tied to any particular country, in most cases, the regulation varies a lot. So you may or may not be able to do certain things in the bank, or you may not have recourse to some legal supports just because the bank is a website that is registered somewhere, on the internet. So when you think about how they typically operate, their business model in most cases tends to be that of a subscription. So you subscribe to that bank, and when you subscribe to them, then you have some sort of, you buy into a bundle of services that they provide, either directly or through they link you with some partner products. And then where most of these banks, because their transaction costs, their fees are so low, they tend to make their money mainly on transaction or transfer costs when monies are moved from one area to another. So think of it almost like the crypto type accounts that are used. And so what tends to happen is that when you look at a lot of the neobanks, one thing that is beginning to happen to them is that most of them are coming up as hybrid banks, and I'll touch on that a bit more very shortly. And they again, why they call them fintech banks is because most of them are really relying a lot on AI financial tools and less so on persons who are providing the financial advisor. And they provide what you call open banking because it's round the clock, it's 24 hours a day, and you don't actually have to wait for a time that they'll open. Anytime that you have access, you can go use them. So just as a quick set of takeaway points here, before we actually maybe use a case study to talk about this. We have basically moved from banks to apps or branches to apps. So while banking used to really be a physical building with a safe, now everything is now an app, and the currency is basically moving from fiat to tokens or crypto. And then with neobanks, the biggest selling point why a lot of people are tending to go to them is that you can easily open an account and close an account, and they are relatively cheap in terms of their cost. Although at the moment, we still have the idea that the traditional banks are still dominant. They're dominant and they're trying to move along with the technology to stay in that 3.0 section where they're going to marry the technology with the physical people-to-people interaction. So what we'll have is a situation where we're going to have fewer and fewer branches of our real banks existing, but we are going to be moving more into a situation where, especially with the younger generations, they may not even think about a bank. They may just think about somewhere that they can do their monetary transactions. They have their wallets or whatever safe devices that they can store their funds. And so our physical banks with cash ATMs or cash point machines would become fewer and fewer as time goes by. So let me just take a couple of minutes and just go through an example that I come across that really tries to show like one of these neobanks that's actually being operated and some of the services they provide, just to paint a picture of what's going on. And this particular bank in question has been fully operational since February 2023. You may think that, oh, just yesterday, but the rate at which technology is growing, this might actually be an old bank in the realm of the neobanks. What this company does is, I told you that, yes, you can have most of the traditional neobanks tend to have a limited set of products, but there are some that are actually building their business model to become more like the hybrid bank. And this one that I'm not looking at here is more of a hybrid bank in the sense that they have actually engaged themselves in the traditional banking. Let me just even go to the next slide. We'll come back. They involve themselves in banking. They have credit cards. They do loans. They have point of sale machines that can actually be used by merchants. They have ATMs. And these are banks that actually deal with what we call RWAs or real world asset. At the same time, working both with the fiat or our paper money and crypto. So what they do is you literally have a situation where the bank now is literally an ecosystem that does trading. So think about most of the banks used to have the investment components as well as the banking. This one has literally come back where you can have trading in stocks and options and live trading literally. It gives you the option where you can do trading like in Forex. It gives you the option where you can do some of these investments and you can pull your profits out daily or you could auto reinvest them. They have a credit card or credit cards, and the credit cards are literally Visa or MasterCard. So this is where the partnering comes in, whereby it's either you can either use it as a regular credit card or you can use it as a crypto credit card, which means you load in your USDT or your Bitcoin or whatever tokens they use, and then you can go about and use it. And they straddle across to the side of crypto where you could literally go stake your crypto and earn interest. You can go into once you're in the platform, you can choose to put some of your money for lending. So nowadays, it's not the bank itself that is doing the lending, but I can go in today and I say, okay, I want to make $2,000 available for lending. And depending on how much money I put for lending, they will tell me the interest rate that I'll get. So maybe if I put $10,000, they'll say you'll get X interest, 2,000, you get less interest. And then when somebody comes in to borrow money within that denomination, it's just the software that negotiates between those two contracts, and your money is lent, the person borrows it, you get paid, and everything is done in the background. You don't have to be worried about it, and it's not where the bank makes its money is basically the transaction fees, and then they're beginning to actually generate this point of sale machines. You go to the shop nowadays, you can swipe your credit card. If your credit card has crypto, that machine is probably not gonna recognize it, but they're literally developing some of these point of sale machines that would be, you can go in there, think about your Apple Pay that you tap on the phone on some of these terminals and you pay. They're trying to do the same thing where you can have a crypto credit card or a real credit card, or somebody just comes in with a QR code and they use it to do their payments. And then the one that I saw, which was kind of interesting, was that they're actually looking at coming up with ATMs. So think about it that right now, if you go to your local bank, you can only take dollars, euro, or whatever your local currency is. This hybrid ATM will allow you to be able to come in with some currency and deposit it as cash, and then ask the machine to actually load it into a card that you have, or load it into your phone as crypto, and then you travel somewhere else And when you go to that place, you spend the crypto directly, or if you really need physical cash and one of these hybrid machines is there, you use your QR code, scan it with your crypto in your phone or in your wallet, and then you can get local cash. So they're trying to create this hybrid ATMs that they're going to be deploying across the world in time. And then the other thing that is actually going to get especially our millennials interested in is this idea of real world assets or tokenization of assets. So think about you want to buy a property in Dubai, for example. That property might be about $100 million. What they do is they're gonna convert it into 100 million USDC or USDT or some value in Bitcoin, and you can literally go to that platform and buy a piece of that real estate. Maybe buy a brick of it for 50 USDC, and when they construct that property, you actually have a fraction of that building. And however whether it is rented or it's sold, you get your own little pennies come in straight to your wallet as part of your own real estate asset. So you don't have to necessarily get hundreds of thousands of dollars to go buy a complete building. You may basically buy fractions of a building because they have been tokenized. And then as a platform, they are actually going and trying to create their own crypto. So again, just once you get a big enough community, you can get your own coin that you use on that platform for transactions. And more importantly, they are moving into actually becoming a crypto exchange. So think about Binance, think about Kraken. Those type of companies now become your bank. They have all these assets. And so the more that these ones start coming out, the more that we're going to have less and less banks, or the banks themselves would have to move into this space so as not to completely be, let me say, displaced out of the market. But the reality, as I say, is this is it's an evolving segment of the market. Our kids, those who are more comfortable with technology will tend to do that. But for us, having like a credit card that you could literally use either with crypto, or you can use with fiat money, is something that can be interesting. Or having a bank that will allow you to just access your money when you go from one country to another without necessarily having to go to a bureau de change to change money becomes an example. The other thing I did mention is that some of these institutions actually come up with, they get into things like trading, and that is another area where some of us can take advantage of. Why? Because like for this particular one, I did mention that they'd been operating with some sort of trading. As I don't know if some of you are aware that a few of us actually did have the opportunity, and I think there are quite a few groups that are doing Forex trading and so on. And I know in another group that I was involved with, Michael Williams sort of just decided to share his 30 years of trading knowledge to anybody who wanted to. And that's some skill set that I find out is really, really useful, because you could make 5% a day on your money or more. But on these platforms, I did mention that some of the way they make their money is through subscriptions. So you get into the platform for about $20 a year, and it gives you access to the portfolio of products that is available there. You don't have to use all, you need to use one. But I found out that this particular platform has like an AI trading bot, which basically is doing autonomous executions mainly on crypto trading. And we know that when it comes to trading, the things we have been learning, some of us have tried it, is that we get so emotional. We cannot control ourselves. We think we're going to make it and then we lose our money. But when it comes to some of the AI or to the computer, we know it doesn't get emotional. It just works on algorithms. It doesn't sleep. It just executes. And what I found was kind of useful with them is that you could actually go in there. We know that security is one of the biggest concerns when we start dealing with online, and Dr. Benny has helped us talk about cybersecurity and how to secure our online access and assets. But these platforms, they use like what I call multi-signature wallet. So you have to do like, they call it two-factor authentication or whatever. So whether you're going there to do payments, you're going to do deposits, you're going to do trading, whatever it is that you want to do, they have like these multiple layers of security, which will really help you. And when they help you in that case, you really need to mess up things to lose your access or to expose your assets to any person. The beauty of it is you control your account. It is yours. You can withdraw from it. You don't have to ask for permission from somebody, because that's normally if somebody has to confirm your withdrawals from this platform, that's a red flag, because the day that that person is not there to confirm, then you just kissed goodbye to your funds. So these are just, I just saw this when we looked at the neobank, and again, just trying to see what the Gen Zs and the millennials are more interested in, and examining them. There are actually some out there that could even be beneficial to those of us, what I call the old geezers. But you need to at least get over the fear of use of technology and be able to embrace it. You may go in there, they may actually, some of them, because some regions may not allow some of these neobanks, you may have to get VPNs, or you may have to actually feel comfortable that whatever you're doing, you know it's going to be safe. But that said, the key thing to remember, just talking like adult to adult here, these are still new technologies, and we know that scammers are out there. So you need to do your due diligence to make sure that where you're getting in is really safe. You need to, even on top of that due diligence, you need to make sure that even though you're trying to take advantage of these excellent or high rates of returns that these are offering, that you don't, mortgage the house, or you don't pull out all your savings and be greedy and go onto some of these platforms. So as I was just sharing on that case study, this is an example of one of those trading bots that actually exist on this platform. This chart here shows like the daily performance of the bot, and basically it is giving you an interest of about 0.4 to 0.5% every day. If you think about it, 0.5% a day is equivalent to about, let's say, 10 to 15% in a month, or 120% a year. So they actually would have experimented it. This is real performance that I just pulled out of one. And the platform will say, oh, people can invest between $1,000 and $100,000, and you make 10% of that every month. I would typically say a sweet spot would be 1,000 to 50K, or if you want to go to the low end, $500 to $5,000 would be good. And you go in there, you have an option, put the amount of money there and just press a button and say you want to auto invest, and your 0.5% just gets added to your principal. It keeps compounding. Or I would always advise somebody, I don't care whether it's $500 you put in there, unless you're not really, you just want to risk it. I would say if you put something like, say somebody had $5,000 or $10,000, the first 10 months, take 10% back, you get your principal and leave the rest to ride. These are really, I mean, I don't know which bank would give you 10%, but as I said, anything that is worth the risk, it also carries a good return. And some of these neobanks, because they're dealing with this portfolio of trading activities, and if you think about it, every time you do a crypto exchange, you're paying like 4 cents, 5 cents. They make their money from all those transaction fees, plus they actually have a situation. You also have the situation where you're paying yearly subscriptions. They may not be a lot, but if you have 1 million people and 1 million people are paying $20 per year, that's also good income that comes into them. So it's a subscription business. They have a set of products. Some of them, if you do your due diligence and you are prepared where you're prepared to lose what you're trying to invest, it can give you some returns, but you can mitigate those risks again by getting in, trying to get your principal back, and then you can play around with house money. So when it comes to these neobanks or these new banks or the hybrid banks, the things that you need to really think about is, what are your banking habits that you have now? Is it one of those ones where for you can only bank when you have to go in and meet Mr. Smith in the branch and talk to them? Or are you one of those people who is open to looking at what else is out there? What are your trust factors? Again, you know your banker, or you have seen a couple of people in the branch, they know you by name, you trust them. Now, some of these newer banks, all you see is a website and there is no human being behind it. How are you going to be able to trust that that would not just be somewhere where your money evaporates tomorrow? And what are the questions that you need to ask yourself before you get into this? What are your risks? What are my gains? All those things are the points that we need to start considering when we're moving to banks. But the good news, again, for many of us, is high street banks or the brick and mortar banks would most likely outlive us. But when you start thinking in terms of legacy planning, start thinking in terms of assets that are going to be moving into the future generations, it may be worth having an open mind, because where these assets end up being stored, being kept, or being how transactions end up being done, will not be done the way that we're doing them today. So we need to at least be joining our kids and grandkids to understand what they understand as banking. We need to teach them the basics of making sure that they understand the fundamentals of finance, but realizing that the vehicles that they are going to use are going to be much different than the ones that we used to use or that we are using at the moment. So I just thought I'd throw this out to let you know that, yes, there are other things out there when it comes to banks, and we need to start thinking about them, because sooner or later, you may find out that your high street bank is no longer there. Just as our kids used to do, they used to borrow us money, and then they'll say, okay, I'm going to give you money back. And I think Dr. Pat was a late adopter, because what happened is the kids would say, oh, Mom, do you have a Venmo? She said, what the heck is that? No. Do you have Cash App? No. Do you have whatever they had? And they say no. So, okay, I would have sent your money, but you don't have a way for me to send the money. So if we want to be able to be dealing with our newer generations, we have to be able to talk with them just the same way that with the phone, we had to learn to be texting in order to communicate with them, or you just not have the opportunity to talk with your kids because they think that we're talking in the wrong with the wrong tool. So I thought I'd share this to you, and if any of you are curious about how you wanna jump into one of the ones that I shared the example with you, talk to me afterwards, and I'll probably direct you as to how to get started for yourself. I'm going to stop sharing, and thank you for listening. I hope I didn't bore you to death. If there are any questions, let's stop.
I see Queen Kanda clapping away there, so let her go ahead. Queen
Yes,
Kanda.
yes. Oh my goodness. King Dr. John, you nailed it.
Yes, he did.
I think I have added one word to my vocabulary today. Neo banking. And now it is left for me to decide which option is best for me based on my habits, whether I want to remain an old banker or I want to start learning to become, to start incorporating the newer modern way of doing banking, which in a way, it's going to be a new trajectory, or it's going to be a new way of doing banking. It's just a matter of when. So I think this information is relevant today. It is very, very impactful. And I hope that every one of us who are here, 23 of us, we were able to learn something so profound. But I will hold off giving my own comment. I see Brother Alenji's hand is up. Let me not start talking, and so that, Brother Alenji, I don't want your thoughts to go away. Over to you. Oh, hold on a minute, please. Before I get to you, I think it is proper that we go formally into the Q&A, since I know what you want to say is going to be relevant to the presentation. So at this point in time, we've finished with the presentation, and thank you again, Dr. John. So we will just dive straight into our Q&A. And Queen Yvonne, please work with me. I know Dr. Benny is not there, so between
I'm watching the chat. Yes,
you're watching. Okay.
Yeah.
That is great. Thank you, sister. Okay.
Welcome.
King Alenji, over to you, please proceed.
Thanks, Kanda. Thank you. Dr. John, just a few comments about where I am in South Africa. We don't have checks anymore. We haven't had checks here for maybe 10 or 12 years already. We use what they call the EFT, the electronic fund transfer, which you do when you pay somebody. We don't have a checkbook anymore. So that is one of the processes that we have done away with. And we do only have, the banks are now basically consultants. They don't do cash transactions. The only thing you can go there and for as far as your everything's worked on your app from your phone. all your banking things, you go in there, and you've got the app on your phone, and they do everything through the app. So this is also where we are, I think, way ahead of America as far as that goes. The only thing you need to go to the bank for is like to get your foreign currency if you're traveling. But other than that, we don't have checks. We have to use everything that's done through via what we call EFT, electronic fund transfer. If you want to pay somebody, it's all done online.
Yes, Alan G. Thank you for that update. I was just about to make a comment. I didn't know that's gone down that way in South Africa, but I wanted to also make a comment there that, you know, there are parts of the world where the technology actually has gone so far, or that even the older people are very comfortable with. And what comes to mind for me is like in the Kenya. The East Africa area, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, they use the M-Pesa, and you realize that even a Maasai person you think that those are people who don't actually understand how to use technology, but everybody goes around with one phone, and all you do is basically, I don't think the Kenyan shilling is really something that's in high circulation. So if people in some of these areas, it's just a mindset thing, and we need to just embrace it. And thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. Okay, there was something else. I was just thinking of a concept. It's slipped my mind now. I'll come back to it if I remember. Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you, Brother Lenji. You see, we learned from that. Appreciate that. Thank you. I can see Dr. Doris. Over to you, Queen Sister.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Oh, yes, thank you, Dr. John. I have a question. You know, when I was in Ghana, I'm a crypto enthusiast, and since more than 10 years ago, I've been into crypto. And your wife sent me a link. Is that about the new bank? Next new bank, is it? That is what you were talking about, because I didn't join early. Is that it? Okay. My question now is Binance. I downloaded the app in Ghana, did everything KYC. But when I came here to the US, I'm not able to work with it. They said it's not registered here. So I wanted to make some withdrawal. I have to give my ID and everything to one of my crypto partners in Ghana to withdraw into his account. So may I know if I can use iPhone? All my business and online things are on Android, but it's with Ghana number. Now I have an iPhone with a US number. Can I do that on iPhone? That's my question.
So for a start, we know that Binance has Binance.com and Binance US. I did make mention to the fact that some of these platforms are not approved globally. Some areas, because of the regulatory nature, some areas want to really have complete regulatory control over them. So if you're in the US, for example, and you're trying to use Binance, you cannot use Binance.com. You have to use Binance.us. And the two don't talk to each other, because the one Binance.us is regulated. Just as a background, Binance was originally, they started off as it was developed from like a Chinese exchange. And for that reason, almost the same way that TikTok started off in China, they had the issues that they've been having with the US. And so you find out that they had to create a Binance.us. What you may have to do in some of those cases, that's why I said when you go into some of these platforms, maybe use you look at whether you can use the the VPNs, because with a VPN, you could literally have a different location for it, and then it will allow you to be able to go into that website. Otherwise, there are some of them that will not allow you to operate in different areas just because of the regulation.
Dr. Doris?
Yes.
She's muted.
Okay.
So thank you so much. So I can use the iPhone to download the Binance US.
Yes, you can use your Binance. You can use your iPhone to download Binance US, but that Binance US will not connect to your Binance.com account.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically two separate platforms.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm grateful. All right.
We thank you, Dr. Doris. Thank you so much for your question. Apology for butchering your name. All right, Brother Lenji, your hand is raised again. Queen Yvonne, do we have any question in the chat at this time?
No, we don't, Queen Kanda. No questions. Yeah.
All right, Brother Allen, you can proceed.
Can you hear me? I don't know if I muted myself.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, for Dr. Doris, if she has your accounts you have in Ghana, are in the wallet or are they on Binance? A separate, like something like Exodus or Trust Wallet or MetaMask, are your funds, your crypto in there?
Dr. Doris?
Oh, I also have the MetaMask.
Okay. In the MetaMask, they give you what they call the keywords. There's 12 words that you have to copy.
I'm sharing my site for a program, one of the crypto programs, and somebody took I don't know if they connected their number, their MetaMask address, wallet address to my MetaMask wallet address. So any money that transferred there is just removed. And I don't know how to do it, so I just
Okay, so you signed into, did you write down those 12 words that they gave you when you signed up for your MetaMask?
I got all my information.
Okay, so what you do, you open MetaMask on your iPhone and you put those 12 words in that order that they gave you. You can open it to look out your iPhone then. So then you can use it on your iPhone.
All right.
Provided you've got that, what they call your private keys.
Brother Allen.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Allen, Dr. Doris, maybe may I suggest maybe this is something you share contact information and you reach out in a way that will be able to assist Dr. Doris, so we don't discuss like personal information since.
No, it's nothing. I don't know what the words are, but this is just a process.
So let me that I'm hearing two things. There is if you have a MetaMask, Dr. Doris made a comment that her MetaMask got compromised, and
yes.
and so once that if it's been compromised, just kill it. I'm talking from experience. There's no way if somebody has access to those private keys, they have access to that wallet, whether you put it on what device or the other. But the one that I thought she was saying is that her Binance, that she has funds in her Binance account in Ghana, and she's trying to come and log into Binance.com in the US. US will not allow her log into Binance.com.
I thought you might have some funds also in one of the in a wallet that you can transfer from the Binance from Ghana into that wallet, and then you can transfer the wallet.
That's a workaround, yes, because if she goes in and once she gets access to her Binance.com account, she can transfer those funds to another Web3 wallet, like MetaMask, a Trust Wallet, or a cold wallet, and then she can carry it along. That's what he's saying. But if her MetaMask has been compromised, don't even get in there, because those funds will just end up with whoever compromised your account.
Yeah, no, so let's just open a new account and just transfer the money from Binance into that new account, which you'll have on the iPhone. So you open it on the iPhone, you open a new account in MetaMask or Trust Wallet or whatever, and do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brother Allen. Thank you, Dr. Doris. Thank you, Dr. John. Queen Yvonne, do we have anything? Do we have anything in the chat at this time?
No, people are still.
Oh my, are we saying the knowledge was so nice, so wonderful, so impactful that we are still just
I think we're still digesting it.
still
Seriously.
digesting it, and no questions at this time.
I know I am, but except Dr. John. So is the biggest concern about these hybrids and traditional, which are trying to, because the traditional banks are also trying to catch up, right? Because I know my bank is trying that very hard. They're allowing you to do, well, just straight investment yourself, but it's still gonna end up there. They're going to, and then I went into the bank, one of the Scotia banks, and I saw the ATM, and it's a Bitcoin ATM. It's so it's definitely here. It's not like it's coming, it's here. But I still have a challenge with crypto. I don't know why. I'm a fairly smart person. I don't understand why I'm so hesitant to be.
It's a mindset thing.
It is a mindset, and I'm a mindset.
It's nothing to do with the intelligence.
You would think that I would jump on it, but I'm still fighting it. But I know that the day is going to come when I'm going to go somewhere and they're going to say, "Oh, you'd like to purchase this? We only use crypto." But apart from the actual products or whatever it is the way our young people, as they are so adept, right? Is the security keeping pace with that? Because they flash their phone for everything. I see them. It's somebody's hands puts a point of sale thing across or whatever. They just flash the phone and they're gone in 2 seconds. Is security, we need Dr. Benny, is security topmost in their mind, or are they just taking a chance when they do that?
Thank you. That's what, when they remember the last slide, I say where we need to actually engage our younger, because the first thing is that if you tell them that the bank they're using is rubbish, they just say, okay, you're rubbish, and they just go along.
Exactly, they won't listen.
So what we need to do is understand what it is that they're doing, understand that this actually this neobanks and even the banking 4.0 is the way of the future. And then when we engage with them, we help them to understand the risk aspects. That said, I know that, like they're very good at keeping their passwords and their whatever the wallet addresses that they use. They know that if they lose it, then they've lost their funds.
Exactly.
More so than some of us who trusted other people to open these wallets for us. Those people and so our children actually they understand the impact. What we want to be able to help them understand is more on the risk management. Don't remember, I just showed you can actually make 10% a month, but would some of us who say, oh my God, this is the recoup method for me to get all that I've lost, and then you go take everything that you have, put it in there, and boom, the thing doesn't go, because it's evolving technology. I mean, we know we've been hanging around 7 years and nothing happened. So some of these things can actually go for 4 or 5 years successfully, and then they might hit some snags. But one of the things I noticed was this company is trying to just take it step by step. And so, yes, we need to be able to teach them more the idea of portfolio management, risks in terms of diversification. But when it comes to the device, oh boy, everything is on Apple Pay. And thank God, thank God Apple now is helping to keep that security, because if it doesn't, then they'll be in a mess.
They are so swift at that, Dr. John. I see them. They don't question. It's like, or maybe they're questioning that, but they're so quick to flash, and everything is on there. It's all on that device, the phone.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's like, I mean, having those codes, I just see myself getting confused with too many codes and not even knowing where to find which one. There you see them getting into the bus, the code is ready, you flash that is your pass.
Exactly.
In front of, you've seen them doing online banking where you have to do your deposit. It's right there on the phone.
It's right there.
And I am like, oh my God, barely having the phone and having the multiple apps that we have is already complicated to manage right now. Then how much?
Sure.
So yes, to me is those codes. I worry that I may use a different code and scan it for something else, and then
Dr. John, I don't know if you remember, this is really old technology now, but remember when they had the RFID protection for their credit cards? Remember that? And we thought it was great technology. And now the phone is pretty much, to me, an open book. These children, these young people walk around with this phone. And some of them don't bother with even the biometrics that would protect the phone. They don't, because they're on it so much. And so the phone is basically an open access to their everything.
To their life.
It
is.
And that's really where we can engage with those discussions. But in terms of the use of the technology, I can tell you,
no, they have us beat. They have us beat.
When I read about tokenization of real world assets and all the idea that you can literally go and buy like a brick in a building in New York, and you buy like part of the window in a house in London, and then you can buy like a tile in a house in Dubai by just owning those tokenized items. Then if you could end up actually having a big real estate holding, which is just So why do you bother buying one in a particular place?
That is true, Dr. John. They can be big landholders or building holders or whatever, just from their little phones. But I don't know if I can do that, Dr. John.
I know. I think then talking of security or protection to those accounts, I think one thing I'm saying that is being consistent that they are trying to apply, like across, and not only now to even the traditional banking, but also through the phones, or whether your mobile phone or your iPads or your gadget, is the Dr. John, you talked of the authentication.
The two-factor.
Yes. The other day, I realized that not only with my bank, but even just mere opening a website that they will send to you for you to do any transaction. We pay so many bills from your carriers on the website or whatever you do. I noticed that they too have started incorporating that authentication to make sure that it's you. So that is one thing I saw, and I was appreciative of it, knowing that, okay, if they could do that, then if you find yourself in a website or someone trying to take advantage of you, and if you do not receive that verification code, that is your alert, that is your alarm. Do not proceed.
But I will tell you something, Queen Khan, that somebody was talking on one of the platforms, and she said she almost fell for this, and she's at the security person. What happened if they have your email or whatever it is that number is going to come to? Then they're going to call you and say they're from wherever it is, and could you send them now the code? That's exactly what. And she said, as minute they said that, her brains finally kicked in, because if you send the code, then they have access.
Then they have
exactly. Yeah. So
that is why it has to come but to your phone, and then you take it out and you enter it into whatever transaction you need to do.
Yeah.
And
But-
again, it also verifies that the phone you're using belongs to you. It's not somewhere else.
Yeah. It is getting very, very risky because the scammers are so good.
Mm-hmm.
They are beating all the systems that are put in place for us. So it's like this running race that we have. Who's gonna get there? You know, it's so funny that they spend their time doing that, but I guess it's worth it because otherwise this would
To
not
make
be
money.
so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dr. John.
That's how they make their money.
That's the job. That's their job. That is their job. That is what they do.
Yeah.
So we have to be alert, even if we don't know everything about it. We have to focus on. I'm sorry?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's nothing in the chat yet, Queen Carla. So
Okay. I
over to you.
think
Oh,
yes.
Dr. Doris has her hand up.
All right. Proceed, Dr. Doris.
You mentioned Apple Pay.
Mm-hmm.
My son linked my bank to Apple Pay. I don't understand, and he's not here to teach me how to use it. I beg. Don't laugh at
We're laughing with you, Dr. Doris.
My sister, you're in trouble, and they even if they link your credit card to Apple Pay, the irony is that you change your Apple Pay, the credit card somehow miraculously changes on it as well.
I don't understand.
So just you have to just have a discussion with them because and I'm laughing because we're victims of that. Or not really victims, but we know what that means when you have to have like Grubhub or Uber Eat, all those things when your card gets into them. And then when you get a new card, they update their file with the new
card. We're laughing because we can't do anything else. What are you gonna do, right?
You just have to engage with them and let them actually not do that, or you have to find a different way because it basically means all the Apple shopping is directly to your card and you pre-authorized it. So you need to have that discussion with them.
This computer is my own personal computer, so I don't recall ever asking any site that I go to save the credit card or the debit card. I always want to put it in myself. And yet the other day I had to say, wait, every time I click on something, the card is populating. I never even noticed that. That is how behind the time I was. So now I had to figure out how to go in and ask Chrome to please forget all about these things.
Yes.
I don't know why they're trying to be so helpful. And then they really can't protect you all that much because no, they cannot. They cannot because these people are smarter than they are. So don't help me. I don't mind the two-factor and the next step of putting in my card myself. I really don't mind.
Yeah.
So leave me out of your helpfulness, please and thank you. Dr. Patience, you don't say anything over there.
Well, I was hearing Apple Pay, Google Pay, all the pays, and this is what I have noticed with these card companies. And Grubhub, is it Grubhub? All of those ones, okay? Your card, if you feel like your card is compromised, you call the bank, they send you a new card, it automatically updates in all these places I said.
Yeah.
And typically, my kids that have put my card there, right? But my own personal business, like my Easy Pass, it will not automatically update it to Easy Pass. Then I'll be having a ticket that, oh, you have not paid Easy Pass. If I realize I have to go and manually do it, which
yes.
The whole idea, I thought that's how it would work. So I called the bank. I said, I have changed my card, and then I've not given my kids a new card, but they still managed to use it. They said, oh yeah, ma'am, it just automatically update in Uber. I said, why? Why you put automatically updating it with a new card number? So once your kids have gotten your card in Apple Pay, all of these things, ma'am, I don't know, you have to plead with them, go and cancel it, because it automatically updates it.
You need to just talk to them. Dr. John keeps saying that.
My little girls have said that that amount that I said they can use while they're in college, It's their
Fair enough.
lifetime. It's their lifetime. She calls it what? Their lifetime and what was the
Spending
word that-
allowance.
Spending
Spending
allowance. Like that's it for some moms. Forget it. That is part of our budget. So they're budgeting with my money. Right? I'm like, I am doing this because you're in college. I am responsible for you now. When you graduate and have your job, you are not my responsibility.
It's so
Just
funny.
told me that, sorry, I've already put that in my budget planning. I said, put what? I said, my monthly allowance. I said, so you are not going to grow up and get out. So anyway, Dr. Doris, if you want to learn how to use it, make sure that it's your own Apple Pay account and they've connected it to it. If your children have connected to their Apple Pay account, until they come back home one day, you tell them to log in and you physically see them disconnected, it's going to be updating for life. Oh, good. Anyway, I think we learned a lot of things today.
Yes,
I
we
am
did.
still very backward. I'm not even in social media. That's how backward I am.
Well, I
Dr.
don't know
John
about
shared
that.
about even communication style, how it changes over the years. I
Mhm.
remember I used to call my kids, nobody would respond. Then he would tell me he has spoken to them. I said, how did you do it? He said, by texting. I said, I said, over my dead body. Sorry, that's what I said. Am I going to text them? I'm paying for that call. I'm paying for that line. They have to pick it and talk to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I realized it was not really working, I started trying to text.
Mhm.
To write a whole essay according to them, but they have all this shorthand language that they're
Yes.
using. That up to today, I don't know it. I don't know emoji. I don't play with it because anytime I venture to play with emoji or play with that their LOL type of language, I get myself into trouble. So I've stayed out. I said, is there a book? Is there somewhere that people can learn this? Can you direct me? And they were just like,
really, Mom?
we'll write an essay. We texting and write a whole essay. And so I'm still backward when it comes to that communication. When it comes to the style that the young one communicate, my kids think I'm an idiot. Sometimes I have to pull the card. I say, who have a PhD among the two of us?
I know,
Seriously.
exactly. You're already
Sorry, I
done
have to
your
go.
stuff.
Sometimes I've gone below the belt because they really throw the jabs. They throw the jabs there. Now it is moving to crypto language. A cry in front of the word crypto is cry currency. We all have to learn it. And then Dr. Benny has been telling about cyber security.
Yeah.
We should start taking these things serious.
Very seriously.
Queen
Yes.
Evan, you are right. When you start typing something, all this algorithm, even though you have not said save it, the good thing because you have not saved it, there are some things that are important in your card, the CVS code,
the CVV,
all those
yes,
things.
yeah.
Don't share with anybody.
I know.
Your computer start learning your habit. So
it does.
This machine learning is really a thing. The last week or so, I decided to watch some of these folk tales type of stories in my YouTube because this was like one that has a lot of lessons. And now I can't find anything else. When I go into my YouTube, boom, a series of them.
It's in your face right there.
In my face, machine learning. So we should be careful what we search. We should be careful what we're looking for because AI and machine learning will just bring them to your face like.
It's true. So, there was a time when you had to physically curate it or aggregate it or whatever.
Exactly.
Now you could just close your eyes and just log on and you will just hear whatever you want to hear. Music comes on because it's a playlist.
Things are moving.
Yeah.
We all have to. And the person that impressed me on this platform, Mama Edith. Mama Edith is way ahead of me. Mama Edith learns, and
very
as
sharp.
the new thing is coming, she's learning. And I'm like, sometimes when Mama Edith calls me, I don't want to show her that.
You don't know.
I don't even know it. So yes, it is the path forward. I like my physical bank because I have a personal relationship. When I go there now, they know me. I go, they call me by name. But as we all know, it is all coming out, right? So I don't know. I don't like this. Dr. John can attest to it. When I call all these auto places, I'll be screaming. Just tell me. Just the thing will be saying, "Can't understand you, ma'am." wrong prompt, ma'am. I'm like,
When it's that's the AI, the machine.
And I'll be like, just
She's talking
send
to
it
the
to the person.
machine.
But more, and no, I'm serious, and I'll still do it. I'm not joking. I see not in that AI, Alexis, Lisa, whatever names they're giving. I am not there yet. And all of these people have these chat bots. You call, yes, just tell me, man, just tell me how you want me to direct you. I was like, just give me somebody. It's getting less and less. They want to do everything automatically. I understand, but because I am not sure, because I don't want anybody to tell me to put some code, I'm not sure that is a real person. The best thing is that do not give your code to anybody.
Never, ever.
Don't give any code to anybody. If you are not the one putting it physically, do not give it.
Don't do it. Yeah,
do not give it, even if it says Zoom meeting, anytime, do not give it. That's all that we can say for now.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot. Every day I learn. I don't know whether I'm ready to move with a new currency or new banks yet, or whatever is being called. But it looks like we'll be going and just working with digital money. I will not be feeling money anymore. And that's for me, that's the excitement, to feel this bills in my hand. And that makes me feel like I have money. But now you log in and you see everything digital, and it has to be digital. I don't know. I've not even learned a single language of crypto yet.
You haven't? You have MetaMask, don't you? Did you not use it?
That's why my MetaMask was compromised, right? Because I get somebody to create it for me. That's how foolish I was.
Oh, it was compromised as well? Okay.
Yeah, even though I had to create a new one anyway. Now I know better. Even though I had my passphrase with me, I had everything locked and secured. So I thought it was locked and secured. But unfortunately, the little one that created it for me was not trustworthy. It looked like it kept the information. So please, get somebody that can direct you, that you trust. If you need help. As I said, this was somebody I thought I trusted, and it only points to him because it's the only person that
you had access to.
And that's the first business I did with that particular MetaMask wallet.
Yeah.
So when I realized it was compromised because everything coming in was getting out, I created a new one. I had to learn how to create it myself. So that everything is secured. So just secure all your wallet, your digital wallet. Secure. Remember, that's the way forward. That's your money. That's
very cautionary tale. Thank you. Sister Carla, there's still nothing. I think Lynn, one comment from, well, everybody's thanking Dr. John, but no questions. Lynn Bell just came in and he said, good job. And I'm assuming he's talking to Dr. John. Yeah, it's a good job.
Yeah.
Keeping us very engaged.
Yeah. I wanted to make a comment, but in Dr. John's presentation, he kept on saying we must embrace this. As he was talking, I was saying, I'm coming from a developing country. South Africa is a developing country, and it's got people that I still fight the government for not using a developmental approach so that we can take people along. Now it looks like this neobank is very much Western. But now if you kept throwing the word embrace it, because this is the way forward, that it hamstrings you. You can't ask stupid questions like we have to chase the Western ways of doing things, because we still have to teach ourselves and the people. Remember, our literacy rate is not as high as on the Western side. Even going to a normal commercial bank is still an issue for our people. And then the whole world is running like this. It means we really have to do a little bit of catch up.
Yes, Mama Edith, that's true. There's a catch up on both sides. It will be shocking for you to hear that the United States is actually behind when it comes to a lot of these technologies. Because that's why in most cases, some of the things that are happening, like in Europe, and from a technology, when I showed the examples of the neobanks, those were either from the Far East or from Europe. We don't really have an established one here. And even some of the examples I was showing here, we still have to go through VPN. I do agree with you. What's happening and what will happen with what we call the developing countries is that we basically skip some of the steps and go all the way to the forefront. That's what I see. So the idea of the neobank, you'll probably find out that it would gain a lot more support in those countries where the physical banking system is not well established, because that will become a good alternative. And that's why I would say, like, you see how in Kenya and Tanzania, the M-Pesa system was adopted. The people that are still trying to figure out how that could be implemented in other areas are not succeeding. So it's yes, the software development and the approaches may be coming from quote unquote the West, but the truth of the matter is that they are probably going to get a lot more resistance from the West, because the traditional banks would be fighting them in the same space. But when they go to areas where we don't have traditional banking, these alternatives will probably gain attraction more easily.
I see. Okay.
No, I was surprised how a lot of young people in Cameroon use crypto.
Yeah.
They actually just do most of their transaction crypto. Send money from one person to the other with crypto, buy their stuff online with crypto. And I have no idea. I'm like, how did they learn this language? So yes, Mama E, what I'm realizing is that the global south is going to adapt this easily, because our bank, especially in Cameroon, some other countries have good banking systems. Like Nigeria, I know like nearly everybody has a bank account. In Cameroon, the end of next having what wallet they call MTN, one of the biggest telecommunication, and Orange, they open Momo wallet. So you don't see young kids having banks account like in Nigeria, that the banking system were developed compared to Cameroon. So a lot of them use crypto and they do Momo money. And like, what's this Momo money thing? Somebody just say, "Oh, lucky, give me a Momo." Bam, bam. Everything's just done on their phone. They do everything on their phone. I can't even work on my phone.
I know.
So it is a way to go. I'm trying to learn how to use my phone. So for me, my phone is only to make calls, receive calls. I graduated to at least make text and read text. So using the phone like a whole banking system, I'm not there yet. I will not lie.
Yeah,
And
I'm not either.
For me, I still feel like it's not safe because I can drop my phone somewhere. But that's the way people are moving.
It is. And you know, the number one country it looks like is India, isn't it, Dr. John? They are so, oh my gosh, they're on this crypto like it's nobody's business.
Again, if you look at the banking system there, it's developed only in the major metropolitan areas.
So that's why, right?
So when you start going outwards, then people have to think of other alternatives, and that's where some of these other ones. And when I saw the idea that you could get a credit card that basically you're loading your crypto, you can go get local currency where you go somewhere. That now you know you don't have to be doing all this carrying cash around and being asked whether you're carrying $10,000. Yeah, you can carry $1 million in your credit card.
And nobody will know a thing.
Nobody is gonna ask you a question.
Exactly. That's amazing. Yeah, that's one good point of it. That's true. Of course, if you lost that, what would happen?
Yep.
That would be a big problem. But as you said, the risk is always going to be there no matter what we try to do as human beings.
Right.
So we just have to decide on balancing, right? That's what we have to do. Yeah. Yep, Queen Carla, whenever you're ready, there is nothing.
Okay. Wow, what an amazing conversation. So thanks everyone for the participation. We could go on and on, but we have next week and we have the next series. So Dr. John, I mean, this tells us that we will be excited and looking forward to the next series and how you take it and you bring it to us. We will just be waiting for that when it is time for series number 3. So thank you. We've enjoyed the conversation. We've enjoyed the information. It is very impactful. So thank you. I would like to call you for your closing remarks at this time.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all, everybody. As I said, this is just to understand that we are the only thing that is constant is change, as we know, and our financial institutions and the way that money used to be understood and used is changing. In terms of what it is, does not really change, but that is what it does. But all we need to do is to try and see how we can embrace it. The more we are open-minded and we understand how these different currencies, quote unquote, work, the more we will be able to integrate with some of the knowledge that we have been blessed on this platform to get. For example, all the ideas of keeping yourself safe online, or some of the basic financial tools that we have learned. I see it in a way that when we integrate all these different elements, it will make us to be in a better position. And it's really a lucky, I say, very opportune time that we have had to be on this platform. And I want to just thank you for taking the time to listen and for the sharing, because we learn as we go along. So have a blessed Sunday. Have a blessed rest of the week. And we look forward to when we meet again.
Thank you, Dr. John. Very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. John. We truly appreciate you. And that brings us to the conclusion of our webinar today. But before we say goodbye to everyone, before we say our farewell to our family on YouTube, let me take this moment to say thank you also. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I hope each one of you got something out of this, and we look forward to you coming back next week. But as a reminder to you and to all of us here on the Zoom, let us refresh our memories on the webinars that goes on within the week. So on Mondays, we have Dr. Derek and Queen Miriam, Mindset Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Deep Dive Globally Changing Live. Again, Dr. Derek, 7 p.m. And then we do have the Singapore, Malaysia on Thursdays. Remind me, is it 9 a.m. or?
8 a.m.
Yes.
8 a.m.
Okay. So you can also attend that on Thursday mornings. And then we have our twin queen sisters, Yvonne with us. I mean, of course, they are doing a fabulous job, wonderful job on their end. The webinars, the live sessions are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then the recorded on the rest of the week, which that will put it on Monday, Wednesday,
Friday.
and Friday.
Thank you.
That gives us the opportunity to stay on top of what is happening in our business by you being able to participate in any of these webinar platforms. And then come Sunday, we are back again with the Dream Team webinar. And we conclude the week once more. So thank you all for being here with us. We value your time, we appreciate you, and we love you. Thank you to all the leaders for the wonderful job you do behind the scenes. Those of us that we may be on the screen does not mean we do a better job more than others that we see in the background. We all do the same work. So thank you, leaders. Thank you, everybody. All right, love you all. Let us now unmute ourselves and say,
Roslyn.
we are in it to win it.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Before we go, let me
Yes.
remind you all again. And next week, US Spring Forward. So check your time different. We'll do our best to get the time corrected in our flyer. But please just check it. And again, please key into the challenge. Let's challenge ourselves. We can all unmute ourselves and say, in it to win it. Thank you.
All right, in it to win it.
Oh, my beautiful Queen Miriam, how you doing?
Oh, Queen Judy, good to see you. Happy weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Whoa, dream team, second author in the dream team. Come on, guys. That deserves an applause. That deserves, Queen Kanda came out.
Where the other half?
Where's the other half?
Wait.
Yeah, even though it's, yeah, wow. All right, our family YouTube. I hope people are getting that. That's a big announcement.
That's a big announcement.
I can't wait to look at that book. Congratulations, Queen Miriam. I'm glad that you finally, that project has finally come to fruition.
Of course.
We really miss you. We know Sundays.
Good to see you.
Busy, that's why we've not been seeing you. Mama Eddie was asking that did King Derek just came and take Queen Miriam and they disappear? Now we know that they didn't disappear.
Okay. The replay, yes.
Please don't miss her mindset. Oh, her mindset is giving. I know I've been going and watching later because of schedule, but please watch Queen Miriam's mindset. It's on YouTube, it's there. They come live on Mondays. If you need to really get somewhere to keep feeding that mind, don't miss that mindset Monday.
Another place.
Thank you, Queen Miriam, for that. We're all excited now. We might have a content. You might be free book for the first few. We might not. Please don't put hearts. You're still thinking about it, but go out and support our sisters. Go to Amazon, get these books.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. That is a power. That's a power team.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And you see, and both of them, let me tell you, this is funny. Both of them start up like, I don't think I can do this. And I say, you can. They're doing what I cannot even do. They're moving mountains. So thank you all,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. What do you have in your hand? Absolutely, Queen Miriam. You're so right.
I really am in the background cheering you all, ladies.
Thank you,
you all
sister.
have blossomed. You started all shy, being like a little bit introvert, and now you are just out there doing your stuff.
Yes.
I really like,
It feels good. Thank you.
I keep routing for you people. I know Yvonne Duard, what they're doing at touching young girls, especially in long life. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm very proud of what the Dream Team have bettered. They've bettered So we thank God, and deep dive as well. These are, you can see that these are the two platforms that has continued. I'll speak on these two platforms because I know about it. They've what's the word they say? Despite any odds. How do people say it?
Despite all the odds.
Despite all the odds. Yes, consistent, right? We're not looking for numbers. We're not looking for shining. We're looking like how can we touch, even if it's one soul.
Absolutely.
And that's the key here. Even if it's one soul. Next week we'll continue again with our financial top. And when Queen Miriam is available, she can come again and do a part 2, 3 on that budget. You know, these are priceless knowledge. Priceless knowledge.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys, all the presenter, all the leaders, everybody working behind the scene to keep this going. Somebody made a joke that you're doing this for the like almost like you know how you say something sarcastically, the big 20, or I don't know how he put it, but trying to say, but I said, even if it's one person, that shows up.
Exactly.
I for a long time, I went to a church that we said small but mighty. Our congregation was not up to 20 people, but what that congregation was doing, unfortunately, we did not survive COVID. After COVID shut down, because we did not have the tools to go online. So a lot of people. But let me tell you, when you know what that congregation, less than 20 people were doing, you will not believe. So please don't look at numbers. A lot of people are reaching out and say they're learning. So don't be discouraged. The ones that are learning here, they are learning. And let's keep doing that.
That's it.
Love
That's
you
the
all.
mission.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Mira.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Ladies, happy to see you.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
We're in it to win it.
In it to
to
win
win
it.
it.
To win it.